Hello there and welcome to episode 2 of the New Japan save on TEW 9. My name is the Phantom TEW. Hope you enjoy this and I want to say a massive thank you for your support on episode 1 of this series. It's a secondary series, so obviously I'm not expecting it to do as well as the main series, but you guys have pushed it up there and I'm very grateful for that. For this episode, we've got the King of Pro Wrestling, and if you're excited for that, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe as we continue our journey with the Kings of Pures. Let's get into the tour recap. Pretty short tour, just 4 nights. Main priority though is of course the King of Pro Wrestling Tournament. I showed you the brackets at the end of the last episode. If you haven't seen them, go back and watch it. But this episode we've got the results, and it's Hanare who picks up the win in the United Empire Triple Threat, beating Jeff Cobb and Francisco Akira. Jake Lee wins the War Dogs Triple Threat against Gabe Kidd and Kenta. On day 2, Ren Narita wins the House of Torture Triple Threat against Evil and Sho. And Yota Tsuji wins the LIJ Triple Threat against Bushi and Shingo Takagi. Uya Uyemura defeats Doki and Taishi in the Just 5 Guys Triple Threat. Kosei Vegeta defeats Ryo Hioiwa and Bad Dude Tito in the TMDK Triple Threat. Oleg Bolton defeats Hiroshi Tanahashi and Yuji Nagata in the main unit Triple Threat. And Yo defeats Toriano and Tomohiro Ishii in the Chaos Triple Threat. So, your Fatal 4-Way matches are set. Your main event is the winner of those 2 Fatal 4-Ways versus Great Khan in a Triple Threat for the King of Pro Wrestling Championship. Plus, there's more matches on the show. It's not just the KOPW tournament. There's no major title matches on this show, saving those for Power Struggle and the next show, which is Royal Quest. So let's get into this show. Hello, we've got some overdubs here because for some reason my recording software didn't want to record my audio, so whoopee for me. We kick things off with a pre-show promo between Hiroshi Tanahashi and Oleg Bolton, basically explaining that despite Oleg Bolton winning the quarterfinal match between him, Tanahashi, and Yuji Nagata, he will not be competing because, well, he's injured, so Tanahashi, as the person who wasn't pinned, is taking his space. Masatori Yasada and Daiki Nagai is our opening match against Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owen. Young Lion versus Bullet Club. Fale and Owens pick up the win when Bad Luck Fale pins Daiki Nagai with the Bad Luck Fall. It's 38, 28 for Nagai, 26 for Yasada, 36. Oh, and I'm going too slow apparently. It's the issue with dubbing, I can't remember how fast I spoke. The Astronauts make their New Japan debut. Well, not their actual debut, they debuted on the tour, but their debut for you guys. Fuminori Abe and Takuya Nomura qualify to be in the Junior Tag League by defeating Kota Umeda and Tiger Mask 4. Gets a 54. Abe and Nomura were much better than Tiger Mask and Umeda. They look like they're going to be a massive asset to our Junior Tag League division. And this is the second issue with dubbing. Sometimes I'm too fast. So let's talk more about these guys apparently. But yeah, I don't really know much about the Astronauts, but I was just going through young, good wrestlers and they came up as a tag team. So I bought them in and I'm giving them a run in the Super Junior Tag League, and based on those ratings, oh boy, it's going to be a good one. Top Flight, another team which are qualifying for the Super Junior Tag League. They beat Catch 22. Now, a big team to not be in the tag league. But admittedly, whilst a lot of the divisions are weak at the moment, we need to work on building them up with new guys. And the fact that Catch 22 are already good, already quite over, is the exact reason why I'm not putting them in the tag league. I need to give these opportunities to those who aren't quite there yet. As for ratings, Darius Martin was a bit worse than everyone else, but everyone else was pretty consistent in those 60s. And I'll take that, I'm not going to complain. Our first semi-final even, as Hiroshi Tanahashi really ruins the youth vibe of this match. We go to Tsuji, Yo, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kosei Fujita, and it's Fujita who picks up the win, tapping out Yo with whatever submission that Zack Sabre Jr. has taught him today. That's just part of the gimmick. It's a submission move. One of them. He taps out Yo, Tanahashi and Tsuji aren't really involved. Tanahashi was miles better than everyone else. Which really does make me want to put him in the main picture rather than down here in the King of Pro Wrestling tournament. Anything else to talk about for any of these guys? Because apparently I did 20 minutes ago. No, there isn't. Ren Narita taps out Jake Lee in the Boston Crab in his semi-final match, which also featured Hanare of United Empire and Uya Uemura. Uya Uemura of Just 5 Guys. Hanare a 63, Lee a 56, Ren Narita a 60, and Uemura a 57. I mean, definitely the right person was beaten. Hanare probably would have been the better fit in the main event, but I also didn't want to do 2 United Empire matches in the final, because obviously Great-O-Khan is already the current champion. We get a 6-man tag in a real match which shows just how bad some of these factions have fallen. Goto, Ishii, and Yoshihashi versus Finlay, Kid, and Kenta. I think Goto is kind of the de facto leader of Chaos at the moment. I don't really know. Chaos is an odd one, and even their logo at the moment is just the New Japan logo with the Chaos logo in the corner instead of the New Japan logo. There's not really a definition. 74 from Ishii is pretty good, but he's probably on decline. Yep, I'm checking. Yep, him and Yoshihashi are on decline, as well as Kenta on decline as well. So, and that's where I got the Goto being the de facto leader from. I did remember that. So yeah, what did Kenta get? Am I going to go back and tell me? Kenta only got a 60, which is the same as David Finlay, who's the leader. Oh, God. Another 6-man tag sees Zack Sabre Jr., Ryohei Oiwa, and Robbie Eagles defeat the LIJ team of Tetsuya Naito, Hiromu Takahashi, and Titan. Zack pinning Titan with the Zack driver, and Zack Sabre Jr. is the best person we've got. An 84 is phenomenal. Naito a 57, which is his opponent for the IWGP Heavyweight title at some point. Oh, God. Hiromu gets a 74. Do we try and move Hiromu up? Because honestly, we need some better in-ring performance. Naito is declining heavily. And our main event sees Kosei Fujita win the King of Pro Wrestling. And I'm changing the rules of the KOPW here. You're no longer the waiting to be champion. You're not just champion at the end of the year. You are the champion as long as you hold the trophy, which we're even going to turn into a belt. If you hold the belts, you are the champion. It's a legitimate title now, rather than a tournament. And essentially, what's happening is, the rules of this title are, every single match cannot be a straight one-on-one singles match. It could be a cage match, it could be a ladder match, it can be anything. But it can't be a one-on-one singles match. Which may affect the product, which there'll probably be a lot of triple threat feuds over this title, because, yeah, I ain't gonna take the hits on all of those ladder matches or hardcore matches, because this cut product will hate those. But I think it was the wrong choice to win. I think Narita was the best bet. But I think Fujita, as a youngster, is a great little person to have with this lower mid-card KOPW title. And we then get a post-show press conference with Zack Sabre Jr., where he announces he's not waiting to Wrestle Kingdom for his title shot. He's claiming his IWGP World Heavyweight title shot at Royal Quest, which is his biggest show of the year in front of his home country. For him, that's the biggest show of the year. It may not be for everyone else, but he's not Japanese, he's English. So of course the show in England is going to be big for him. That gets a 59 rating. Love that. Overall, we get a 66. We increase our pop in 15 regions. We don't lose any. And we could have gained more if New Japan World had better viewing. We addressed the locker room. I think Zack Sabre Jr., Kosei Fujita, and Red Narita. Zack for being so much better than everyone else in this card. And Fujita and Narita for the fact that they wrestled 2 20-minute matches on this show. They may have been multi-mans, but that's not the point. We gained 700,000 yen, I guess, in this save. Well, I'm still going to call it pound because that's what I work in. We gain in Europe, Australia, and India, so nothing massively directly involved in what we do. And we get a media scrum for the show, our first media scrum of the save. Dante Martin will have to work his way up the ladder, so will Kota Yamada. Jake Lee was off his game and he needs to goddamn address it. Yasada, however, is a young lion, he will become more consistent. And everyone's happy in New Japan. I'm happy for that. Jushin Thunder Liger has taken on Daiki Nagai as a protege. That'll be a good pairing. He'll learn a lot from that. And yes, after this weird dubbing, that is the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, even with this weird little bit of dubbing situation. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye!